we will be working on the class that we have for today. Okay, I told you that I will doing the conditionals, okay, and a listening test. So let's start looking at the conditionals. Okay, conditionals. These are very precise in some things. There are four, I would say, conditional sentences. The zero conditional, the first, the second, and the third conditional. Okay. Okay, so there's a video that I will upload, okay, the link so you can see it, but I will explain in detail. It says, we use conditional sentences to say one thing depends on another. Okay, one thing depends on another. What can be used to talk about real or imaginary situations? One of the clauses start with if. Okay, una with if. This is the conditional clause. The other clause talks about the result of the conditional clause happening. Says Anna. Don't worry, it's a lot easier than it sounds. Let's look at some examples. If you don't tell me, I'll just keep asking. Okay, if I promise to travel less, will you forgive me? This is the first conditional. I know that one is the first conditional. We have if plus present simple, will plus infinitive. Okay, this is important. Why? Because in Thai you can have one of those. You can have this and choose this, or the other way around. So if you see present in one clause, there always will be future will be with will in the next one. And on the contrary, if you see a sentence or a clause with will, in the other one you have to choose the alternative that has a present simple. It's always like that, okay? That's right. It's for talking about a situation in the future which the speaker thinks is quite possible. If the first condition happens, something will happen as a result. In his condition sentence, the present tense after if refers to the future and not the present. And can you change the order of the clauses round? Yes, and you can change it. The if is here now. And we leave out the comma in the middle of the sentence in the order is changed round. I'll just keep asking if you don't tell me. We have present simple in the clause that has an if, and future with will in the other clause. That's very important. One depends on the other. If you see this, you have to put present simple here. If you see this, you have to put will and infinitive here. Okay, I also know the second conditional. That's the second. Past simple and would plus infinitive. Right again, this is for talking about an unlikely or unreal situation. If you traveled less because of me, I would or I'd feel worse. If I had the opportunity to visit places like that, I wouldn't complain. So we have the same. Past simple in one, travel and had, and would plus infinitive in the other. So in the second example, Oliver doesn't think he will have the opportunity to travel a lot. It's possible but improbable. We use the past simple to show that it's not likely to indicate past time. So it's not past, it's only to say that it's not probable that you can do that. Okay, so you can do this conditional in imaginary situations. Can you see any other verbs apart from would in this kind of conditional? Yes, we sometimes use the other modal verbs like might or could instead of would because it's the result, but not in the if clause. I see. What about if you mix blue and yellow, you get green? Is that a conditional? Yes, that's the zero conditional. We often use them for facts in an academic subject. For example, when it rains a lot, the animal move to higher ground. This is zero. Present and present. What about other words that can replace if, like unless and as long as? Well, unless is a kind of negative version of if. It's similar. So it applies the same rule. I'll never go unless you take me. If you don't take me, I'll never go. As long as imposes a condition on someone, you are telling them what you expect them to do. You can borrow my surfboard as long as you get it back to me by 5 o'clock. If you agree to say that, I say you can borrow my surf. Exactly. Are there any other conditional? Yes, we have the third conditional. Okay, but we'll deal with that separately. Okay, but if you don't mind, I have to stop it here. Okay, we have the 0, present, the first, the second, and the third conditional. Okay, but here I didn't cover the third conditional. Let's see how we can apply this to tie. So we have here the question 61. In this case, I will explain it. It's the third conditional, and it's the same like the other ones. What is the third conditional or conditional number 3? You have past perfect here and would have participle here. So in order to do that, okay, we have had worn, past perfect, had something, and would have participle. Caught is the participle of the verb catch. Okay? So if you know that rule, you know what will be the answer here, because you know the rule of the conditional third condition. What about 73? The same. Third conditional. John would have called the police, would have participle. So what do you put here? Past perfect. Had seen. And 92. You will learn more if you, this is first conditional, pay attention. Why? Because as I said, present in one and future in the other one. This is the first conditional. Do you see how it works? That is the idea, okay? That is the idea. If you have any question, please let me know. I am more than happy. I'm glad to tell you how to do this, okay? So that is the idea of this. So I will give you some homework relating with the conditionals, and I will check it next week. Here it is: matching, multiple choice, okay, and grammar fill. We can go in the discussion when we speak, because this could be a tie question. If you could go anywhere in the world on your next holiday, where would you go and why? This is a tie question for situation, second part of the speaking test, okay? Think about it. What would you do? Or where would you go? Okay? This is also a conditional sentence. And the other thing that I want you to do is a listening. So we can start practicing listening. This is a listening, okay? The difference is that you can listen to it twice, okay? And I will give you the answers after you done the homework, okay? That is the idea. I will be giving you more tips of tie. There are plenty of tips that I can give you. Today I told you how to address the listening and the reading, which are only grammar rules, okay? Then I will give you more tips how to address the speaking test, okay? You can have another tips related with that, okay? That will be here, right? Any question, let me know. Do the homework. Ask me if you have any question. Let me know if you can come to the speaking session. If not, send me a message and we can have a little meeting here in my office, okay? To clarify your doubts, okay? Have a wonderful week and see you then.